Hello everyone and welcome back to ProfileTree. Today we're diving into a creative showdown between four of the biggest names in AI image generation. They are Adobe Firefly 3, Flair AI, DALL-E, and Getty Images AI. So, I've tested all of them extensively, from product realism and artistic creativity to depth, repositioning, and overall workflow, to find out which one actually delivers for creators, marketers, and visual artists. So let's break down the strengths, weaknesses, and use cases for each, and by the end, you'll know exactly which AI image tool fits you best. Okay, let's start with Adobe Firefly 3, arguably the most creative and polished of the lot. Firefly 3 is built right into Photoshop and Illustrator, giving it immediate credibility for professionals. What impressed me the most was how well it handled depth, lighting, and texture. You can add new elements, reposition objects, or even extend the background, and it all blends seamlessly with your original composition. Firefly really excels at realistic environmental depth. It doesn't just fake shadows, it understands spatial relationships. If I generate a subject in a landscape or product on a reflective surface, the lighting behaves naturally, which is just awesome. It's not perfect, mind you. Sometimes prompts require fine-tuning and the result can lean a little too Adobe polished, but for commercial work or advanced creative projects, it's one of the strongest contenders. As is the format for the entirety of this video, I have provided a pros and cons list. So essentially, professional grade quality and realism, seamless Photoshop integration, excellent control over composition and depth, and then, of course, there are a few cons, requires a bit of prompt mastery, less imaginative freedom than DALL-E, which I'll talk about in a bit. And then moving on to Flair AI. In my opinion, this is a marketer's dream. This platform is built specifically for product imagery, branding, and commercial visuals. What makes Flair stand out is its ability to generate consistent brand-accurate scenes. I could upload a product image, adjust lighting, add props, or place it in a styled environment, and it maintained the product's integrity beautifully. Flair also allows precise repositioning. So think of it this way. If a client comes to you and says, "Move that mug 2 inches to the left," Flair can do that while keeping shadows, reflections, and composition believable. It's not as artistically free as Firefly or DALL-E, but it's incredibly useful for anyone working in e-commerce, social media marketing, or content production. So of course, there are more pros than cons. For example, in terms of pros, realistic, consistent brand visuals, reliable repositioning and lighting accuracy, fast, professional outputs, and then of course the cons. There is a bit of an argument to be made for the limitations in terms of creativity beyond commercial design, and the subscription model can be kind of pricey at scale. Then there's DALL-E, the creative powerhouse. This one is for the artists, storytellers, and imaginative thinkers who want something beyond realism. DALL-E's strength lies in its conceptual flexibility. So let me give you an example of what that means. You can describe the most outlandish scene, a neon fox walking through a rain cyberpunk alley. And you know what? It'll deliver something truly inspired. With OpenAI's newer updates, it also handles in-painting and object repositioning far better than it used to. You can upload an image, remove elements, or ask it to change angles, and it does so while maintaining artistic cohesion. So where DALL-E falls short is photographic realism. It's just really good for storytelling, concept art, and mood boards. But for client-ready marketing visuals, Firefly and Flair are probably your safer bets. So again, pros and cons. Strong pros: unlimited creative potential, has strong in-painting and concept visualization, and it's really ideal for storytelling or digital art, which makes it a content creator's dream. However, there are some cons. It's less consistent for commercial realism, and then it does have some occasional visual artifacts or distortions. And finally, we have Getty Images. They've been around for a while, so they are the professional's choice on the basis of their reputation. What sets Getty apart is its commercial licensing and rights protection. Every image generated through Getty AI is commercially safe, which makes it incredibly appealing for agencies and big brands who can't risk copyright issues. In testing, Getty AI produced some of the most realistic editorial style results I've seen. It's ideal for advertising, corporate visuals, and media publications. However, it's not designed for wild creativity. So think of it this way. You can look at it as a precision tool rather than an artistic sandbox. So I would say, based on my observations, that the depth rendering is solid, though it's less dynamic than Firefly, and repositioning options are somewhat limited, but the trade-off is professional consistency. So that goes in line with its pros, that the commercial rights are built in, that it is very high-end, the stock visuals are of high quality, it's reliable, and it always comes out with realistic results 9 times out of 10. And then of course, you do have your cons. There is minimal creative flexibility, and then there's limited editing and object manipulation. So where do we come down on these 4 tools? So after weeks of testing, which one do I think should come out on top? Well, here's a little bit of a graph to make it easy for you. So depending on what type of person you are, if you have a use case for creative art and storytelling, then I would tell you use DALL-E. If you are more of a marketer and focus more on product visuals, Flair AI is your best bet. And then when it comes to professional composition and design, Firefly 3 all the way. And then of course, commercial rights and safe imagery, which is really perfect for licensed client-ready work, Getty AI is your safest bet. But I would say ultimately, there's no single AI image tool that does everything, but knowing which excels in your workflow will save you hours, elevate your visuals, and save you money, or at least allow you to spend money in the direction that you want everything to go. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow creative or marketer, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Which of these tools impressed you the most, and which one do you actually use? Until next time, this is Carl for the ProfileTree, signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.